Chapter 2: A Warrior's Home. The car ride was quiet. Yoshimitsu Fez sat in the back seat, tense, his body ready to fight or run at a moment's notice. He wasn't used to luxury. Soft seats, the faint scent of incense and the hum of an expensive engine beneath him. Across from him, Ryoma and Tomo sat close together, still shaken from the kidnapping attempt. Masuhiro Kimiyama sat in the front passenger seat, his gaze steady as he observed Fez through the rearview mirror. Fez could feel the weight of his presence. This was a man who had seen countless battles, a warrior who measured people in seconds. "You're skilled," Masuhiro finally said, breaking the silence. "Where did you train?" Fez shrugged, his fingers idly tracing the edge of his cloak. "Nowhere, just learned on the streets." Ryoma's eyes widened. "That was amazing back there. The way you moved, how you took them down so fast, you're like a real samurai." Fez let out a dry chuckle. "Samurai? No, kid. I'm just someone who doesn't like seeing people get taken." Masuhiro nodded, as if he already knew Fez would say that. The car continued through Kyoto, moving away from the crowded districts and into the hills. Soon, they passed through large wooden gates leading into a massive estate. The main house stood like a fortress. A traditional Japanese mansion with wooden sliding doors, a stone garden, and training grounds that stretched beyond what Fez could see. "This is your home?" Fez asked, unable to hide his surprise. "It is," Masuhiro said, "and for now it's yours too." Fez stiffened. "What?" The car stopped, and Masuhiro stepped out, motioning for Fez to follow. The air here was different, peaceful, untouched by the city's corruption. Fez felt out of place, like a stray dog in a nobleman's palace. Masuhiro turned to him, his expression unreadable. "You saved my children. A debt like that cannot be repaid with just words. Stay here. Train with me. If you have nowhere to go, then this can be your home." Fez scoffed. "You don't even know me." "I know enough," Masuhiro replied. "I know that a boy with no home, no family, and no teacher still fought to protect my children. That tells me everything I need to know." Fez clenched his fists. This was too much. He wasn't meant to be here. He belonged in the streets alone, fighting for scraps. That was his life. That was all he knew. But then he looked at Ryoma and Tomo. The way they looked at him, not with fear, not with suspicion, but with admiration, like he was someone worth trusting. Something in him cracked. "I don't take charity," Fez muttered. Masuhiro smirked. "Then don't. Think of it as a warrior's invitation." Fez exhaled slowly. A home, a place to belong. Could he really accept that? He stepped forward. And just like that, his path changed forever. Masuhiro led Fez to the training courtyard. It was wide, lined with wooden posts and practice dummies. There were racks of swords, spears, and other weapons, each placed with precision. "Let's see what the streets have taught you," Masuhiro said, stepping onto the training ground. He removed his outer robe, revealing a muscular frame honed by years of battle. He picked up 2 wooden bokken, training swords, and tossed one to Fez. Fez caught it instinctively, gripping the weapon. It felt different from the makeshift blades he had used in the past, balanced, sturdy, powerful. "Attack me," Masuhiro said simply. Fez frowned. "What?" Masuhiro's stance was relaxed, his hands barely gripping the sword. He was completely open. "I said attack," Masuhiro repeated. "Show me what you know." Fez hesitated. Is this a joke? He was no stranger to fights. On the streets, hesitation meant death. If Masuhiro wanted a fight, then Fez would give him one. With a sharp breath, Fez lunged forward, bringing the wooden sword down with full force. Masuhiro moved in a blur. Before Fez's attack could land, Masuhiro sidestepped, twisted his body, and struck Fez in the ribs with the back of his blade. The impact sent Fez stumbling. He gritted his teeth. He's fast. Fez rushed in again, feinting left before swinging from the right, but Masuhiro saw through it instantly. He stepped forward, pressing his blade against Fez's wrist, stopping his strike mid-air. Fez barely had time to react before Masuhiro knocked the sword from his grip and swept his legs. He hit the ground hard, gasping. Masuhiro stepped back, lowering his sword. sloppy footwork, too aggressive. You rely on instincts, but instincts alone won't win a real fight. Fez coughed, wiping sweat from his brow. He had lost in seconds. Again, Masuhiro ordered. Fez looked up, his pride burning. He grabbed his sword and stood. This wasn't over.